Hello, my name is Luna, and you're listening to Infinite Souls, a podcast for that real talk about consciousness, spirituality, and realizing our infinite potential. Mucho, mucho love and light. What is up, Infinite Souls? Thank you guys for being here. I'm happy to be back after taking a week off of doing a podcast, and I just needed it for my mental health. I hope you will understand. I feel like we've all been dealing with our shit, for lack of a better term, and doing the things that we want to do, moving forward with action and purpose. And that's basically what the topic is today. I asked Spirit through the tarot what the purpose of this podcast episode should be, or what the title should be, or what topic I should talk about, because I haven't done a podcast. I've just been kind of living life, doing little art projects, and just like being in that flow state, just where you're not thinking about anything else. Being creative, waking up those creative parts of myself so that I can finish that EP and start to work on that mantra EP and finish it up. Like, I've kind of abandoned it, I'm not gonna lie. But it's happening, don't worry. And so what Spirit said through the tarot deck was that it is time for us to choose, to make a choice. We just entered Leo season, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with astrology, but if you are watching this, or if you are a fan of the show, you probably are familiar. So Leo is a fire sign, and fire energy is fiery, like it just like fills you with passion and confidence, and there's like movement, and it engulfs things. So we're all going to be feeling really good about ourselves coming in Leo season. Like, we're going to feel a shift in the wind from being very emotional, or from feeling a lot of things. Excuse me. So the choice, the sentence or the question that came to me when I asked was, repeat the cycle or learn from your mistakes. So it's pretty clear. it's pretty straightforward. Repeat the cycle or learn from your mistakes. Damn. So since a lot of us have been awakening, having second, third, fourth, multiple awakenings. There's multiple awakenings in one life. That's why that's the true resurrection. Like resurrecting yourself, rebirthing yourself. Me as a Scorpio, I know about rebirth. I do it a lot, and so because I am very open to change. I always embrace change. I always have been that way, because I always see change as an opportunity. And so back to this question, repeat the cycle or learn or grow from, I don't want us to call them even mistakes, because nothing is really like a mistake. You can't make a wrong choice. All paths lead home. And so it's more like a reroute, a redirection, like you're taking the scenic route, and sometimes when things get cut out of your life, or things fall away from your life, it is a redirection. Like, I was listening to Abraham Hicks and Esther, and they said that Esther will be driving on the freeway. She loves to drive, right? And occasionally she'll start hearing those bumps, like toot, 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 that are on the side of the road. And she doesn't get annoyed. She doesn't take it like, oh, these, like, offended. She doesn't take it personal. She doesn't take it as something to have to do with her worth or anything like that. Because it's just a sign. It's a sign, a signal, telling her, if you keep going in this direction, you're going to go off of the road. And so that's all it is, right? And so when we do have things that fall away or seemingly fall away, they're not really falling away. Sometimes they even circle back into your life, but it is a redirection. Maybe you were going off of the road, so stay on the road, and even if you decide to take a different path, because you willfully can, it will be like a scenic route, which is a longer way or a different way, or maybe you have to hike up a mountain this way or some shit, So, and maybe this other way has like a lazy river or some shit. So it can go either way. But it's up to you. It's all perspective. It's all, mistakes are not really like mistakes, It's just not possible. Everything serves its purpose. And so we sometimes, when we do the healing, when we decide, okay, well, this time it came back around, right? Because we have certain lessons in our life that or traumas in our life that we either choose to ignore and not look at, or we choose to look at, observe, love, accept, and heal, right? And let go, release. And something that came to me in the shower, like a lot of things come in the shower because water holds memory, and then it's easier for us to get into like a meditative state when we're showering, because we're like so relaxed and you can feel the water on your skin, all that stuff. So what came to me was like this remembering of me being a child and feeling a lack of a father figure. For those who don't know, I grew up without a father in the home, a single mother home, beautiful mother, raised 3 kids. And I never felt like I needed anything, like I was missing anything. My mom did a great job. And I think what was happening is not that I did not feel the lack, or that I didn't feel like I didn't need anything. I always say that, but I think that what I did was that I put that feeling away. I didn't look at it, and I chose to ignore it for it to go away. And so, that carried on for my adult life, for the rest of my life. I started to compartmentalize things, and that's why there's a lot of memories that are hidden from me still, that I don't remember. A lot of my childhood, I do not remember like anything before, and I mean anything before 8 years old, I don't really remember. So and that also happens because of trauma. Trauma affects the memory. And so that is already known. That's scientific. So this download was saying, like, it's time to work on the father wound. You know, you have a father wound. I worked on the mother wound. I was very aware of that one because I knew that I had some things that I needed to straighten away with my mom, you know. And I did that, and my relationship with my mom has gotten a lot better and magical, you know. Bless her. But with my dad, I haven't worked on that. And so Spirit's saying, like, okay, it's time to work on that father wound. I'm like, what father wound? I ain't got no father wound, you know? And Spirit's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I'm like, well, okay. So let me just think about it, you know? Let me chew on it for a little bit and see what flavor it is. So, yeah, so it turns out that I do have a father wound. And it needs to be looked at. All of these, I don't need to reach out to my dad. You don't need to reach out to these people that you have trauma with that you need to heal. It's healing with the inner child, working with the inner child. So reparenting yourself, firing the people in your head that are not serving their job and who are just like talking shit all day and telling you to do things in a way that you don't want to do them. Fire those individuals in your head, because we have a whole family. Like early 2020, I was literally having conversations in my head with my mom, with a fictional mom, and that image of my mom was a locked image from when I was a kid. And she was just like, she would repeat the same things over and over again, and we would have the same fights and conversations about things that I felt that she was judging me about, but it was not really happening, you know. And so in psychology, you know, they do say this. They say that we have a staff of personalities in our head. We're made up of different personas, right? And one of them was my mom. And so I told her, like, hey, you served your purpose. Thank you for what you did for me. But now I'm taking over because this is not serving its purpose. You're fired. Bye. You know, I love you so much, but it's time to go, honey. And yeah, and I never heard that. I did hear that voice again. I was like, hey, did you remember you were fired? Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, and then I haven't heard that anymore. And then that image went away. I was able to open up with my mom, and it turns out my mom was not like that anymore, you know, at all. Like, people change, people grow, people expand, and if they love you, they're going to receive you, you know. So yeah, so just, you can do that, okay? Make the choice, work on your inner child, healing the inner child, reparenting yourself. I think the mother-father wounds are very important right now for the collective. They're coming up. And the message that came through was, for us, it's time for us to choose to learn from our mistakes, make a different choice, and set ourselves free. Liberate ourselves from our mind. The mind is what keeps us prisoner. The way that we speak to ourselves all day, the things that we say, those things mold and create this reality. Create the life that you have before you. If you're talking shit to yourself all day, then you're going to feel shitty all day, which is going to send that energy out, and that's what you're going to be reflected back to from the universe. So it's time to set yourself free from your mind. Get into your heart, get into your soul, get into even your body. Some people are too much up here and not down here. And for those who can't see what I'm doing, because you're only listening audio, I'm waving my hands above my head. So there's people who are up in their heads and people who are down in their feet, their root, their lower 3 chakras. So make sure that you ground, you know, and grounding by getting into your body, doing physical exercise, yoga, taking care of yourself, eating right, drinking water, feeling safety, feeling that you are safe and taken care of and abundant, being creative, expressing your emotions in a healthy way, because that is also your sacral chakra. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm sorry. The sacral is all about creation. Emotions are just stored there all the time. So liberate yourself from your mind, set yourself free, and start to open up your heart and give back. Be of service. You are here to be of service, not just to yourself, but to others as well. And so it is time for us to get together and to give back to each other and come together in community, in unity, in love, in peace. Come together. Oh, I have chills. It's time for us to create these communities that are going to shape the future. I believe so. I don't know where this is coming from, why I'm saying this, but yep, it's happening, you guys. I'm so excited for us, for everything that we have in the future. Let me pull a card here. Yeah, just a lot of opportunities and chances we're gonna have to heal our mother father wound, to heal our inner child, to talk to our inner child, and to help others by healing yourself, not by trying to convince them. Because something I read the other day was, what did it say? It said, convince a man against his will and his opinion he has still, or something like that. Something like that. It's from Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read that book, I advise you to read it. It's time for us to flip the system, get the power of the system back through either attaining the financial riches that are here, and the souls, I mean the riches, like not just physical, like money, taking back that, because that's how we gain the physical system, but taking back control of the souls of the people, winning back love, love winning, and that happens one by one by you doing it for yourself, and you sharing that. People want to know, what are you doing? And then that's when you express and you say, hey, well, this is what's going on. This is what I'm into. I'm doing, have you tried meditation? And people are going to start to open up regardless. Things are changing. I honestly see things happening really positively for all of us. I feel like we are on the highest timeline. So whoever needed to hear a little inspiration, just a little reassurance, that's for you. So I'm going to pull one more card for us. And it's going to be from the Spiritual as Fuck deck. And so it's supposed to be funny. So here, one flew out. And it says, oh, I've never actually pulled this one before. This one says, it says, once you start laughing, you start healing. So it's time for us to go out there and have fun. Give back, have fun, heal yourself, get out of your mind, get out of your head. If you aren't ready to laugh at what's going on, then laugh at something else. The internet is filled with ridiculous shit. Laugh at that, or call up your best friend who you trust to make fun of your problems in that loving, brutal way that they do. Just start laughing. You don't have anything to lose. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so interesting that came up, because I just went to a comedy show last Wednesday, and I don't normally go out anywhere. I've been in major hermit mode, becoming more antisocial, and I don't want to be socially awkward, so I want to start going out. You know, there's nothing wrong with being antisocial, socially awkward, but I do feel that we need balance, and we need our brothers and sisters, and we need friends, and we need community. We can't do it alone. I tried to do it alone for a very long time, and I'm finally now realizing that no, that's just there's so many of us for a reason, you know. We weren't all meant to do it alone. And so I said, fuck it, let's go to this comedy show, right? So we go on Wednesday. It was free. They had 2-drink minimum. I don't drink, so I got myself, you know, what did I get? Iced tea, bottled water, or something. And it was funny, and I laughed and I laughed and I had fun. Then I came home and I went to sleep. And then the next day I felt like I needed to recover. So make sure that that day I didn't set any energetic protection boundaries around me before going out. And I felt drained for like a day. So make sure that you guys are protecting yourselves when you go out and be social. Have fun, enjoy the sun, enjoy the summer wherever you are living. Maybe the summer is not there yet, but enjoy the people around you. Enjoy your friends, the people that love you. Enjoy nature. Nature is fucking awesome and beautiful and always so supportive. I honestly am so grateful how nature is just so consistently giving and loving of itself. Gaia is always giving and loving of itself. Sorry, there's a trash day today. So I think that's gonna be it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little podcast for today. It was more like a reading because I did pull some tarot cards, and yeah, it's time for us to come on over, baby. Step into our power. It's time for us to step into our power. Look at this, talks about fame. So I just pulled a card that is the 6 of Wands, and that is about being your authentic self, where people look up to you. You could be leading people. You may be like somebody who wants to get into YouTube, maybe. But whatever the case is, whatever you're being called to do at this moment, like Spirit is saying, go for it. Now is the time. And so that's what this podcast was about. Now is the time. Go for it. Well, I love you guys so much, as always. I will see you next time on another podcast here on Infinite Souls. Hasta luego. Mucho, mucho love. Ciao.